Whoa, now. Hey, what's happening, family? It's your favorite plug, RG Behind, plugging you in with another episode of Plug In. I plug you in with the information that you need in order to help you be a little bit more successful. Now, today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, this one is going to be a doozy. I predict this is going to be my biggest podcast ever. And that's something to say. I've been doing this for about 6 to 8 years. This is going to be the biggest podcast ever. You mark my words, because right now, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be showing you guys one of the most controversial content creators that's in the world today. And a lot of people hate him. A lot of people actually despise this man. And it's really because he speaks truth. Now, I agree with a lot of stuff that he says. Now, one, I relate to him because the delivery. A lot of people do not like the way he delivers his message. A lot of people don't like the way I deliver my message. But the funniest part about that is nobody has yet to say that the message is wrong. They will start pointing and putting and farting and burping and telling you all kind of other stuff about what they do not like. Let me make sure my mic is on. Woo! Because this is going to be a great one. They will tell you all kind of other stuff, what they do not like, but they will not tell you that the message is wrong. So let's get right off into this. This is stemming from a post that I put up featuring Andrew Tate. Now, a lot of people do not like Andrew Tate. They absolutely hate this young man for whatever reasons that it is. Somebody came into the comments and talked about whether he convicted of a sex ring. The answer to that is no. Arrested, but never convicted. See, they didn't tell y'all that part. They was incarcerated for 3 days, him and his brother, in a Budapest prison. Skip past county, skip past state prison. They went straight to the Cold War prisons, and they was in there for 72 hours, 3 days. And then all of a sudden released with not a peep behind that. So for everybody who thought that this man was a sex trafficker or a woman beater or whatever the case may have been, he did not get convicted. I mean, him and his brother are out now, back to business, and this is one of the reasons why people hate him. Now, I'm going to show you this clip. It's a 30-second reel, but he was specifically talking about to his daughter how she should choose the right man. Now, as a father, and I'm speaking to all fathers out there in the world that have daughters, if you are not the best example of a man for your daughter to idolize, want her man to be like, boyfriend, fiance, husband, whatever the case may be, if you aren't your daughter's biggest hero, then you will not like what he's going to say. Now think about that. If you are a woman, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to put this right out on the table. I know a lot of people are not going to like it, but like I said, a lot of folks are not going to like what I say, but they can't disagree with what I say. If you are a woman and you don't have a father figure in your life, you never had a father figure in your life, you don't know how to choose a man because you don't have an example of the type of man to choose. This is why a lot of women, when they choose men, they choose wrong because they never had an example of what a man is. See, it's a whole lot deeper than somebody who just pay bills. It's a whole lot deeper than that. A lot deeper than that. It's a lot deeper than just some man who can dislodge your fifth, sixth, and seventh vertebrae. Dig into that one, you'll understand what I'm talking about. If you didn't catch it now, you'll catch it later on the replay. It's a whole lot deeper than somebody knocking your fifth, sixth, and seventh vertebrae out of place. It's a lot deeper than that. It's a lot deeper than who rides the best car, who has the best clothes, or who has the nice shoes. If you don't have an example in front of you, you as a woman will choose the wrong man every time. Every time. Now, let's get off into what he was saying. And I want y'all to pay attention very, very closely. Because some people that was commenting in this thread was, oh, he want to be his daughter's man and not her father. He wants his daughter to be his woman. How silly. How silly. How silly. We're going to break this thing down. So let me go over here and I'm going to start this. And I want y'all to listen, right? Just listen.
As life is going to work. I'm in charge because I'm responsible. You are going to listen to your father. I'm going to pay for you and take care of you. Those two things go hand in hand. If you stop listening to me, I will not take care of you. If you find another man, he better take care of you, which means you have to be very careful who you choose because you're a millionaire living a princess life. You're flying on private jets at 2 years old and you're taking care of.
All right, let's stop right there. Listen to what he said. I will not have a daughter who does not listen to me. None of you as a parent, if your child don't listen to you, what's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to tap that ass. If your children are not minding, if they're not listening and paying attention to you, you're going to warm the seat of their pants up. Trust me, I know. My mother didn't spat a rod, and she'll tell you that right now. I heard that all my life. Spat a rod spoiled a child, and I don't have no spoiled children. It was simply what she was saying. I'm finna go ahead and put something on. You are going to listen and mind because this is what's wrong with society right now. Y'all have raised a bunch of pensified children. I knew it was going wrong when they started giving participation trophies to everybody. There ain't no first, second, or third. We don't want no child to feel bad about not winning. That's not life. And I'm going to tie this into business because it relates a lot of times to people in business. There are no participation trophies in the real world. You don't get a participation trophy in the real world. You have winners, you have losers, you have the wealthy, and you have the poor. You don't get no extra $1,000 a month as a poor person just for trying. That's not helping you. Now, how does this tie in? This is what he's saying. I will not have a daughter that don't mind me, that don't listen to me. If you are not listening to me, what do you need me for? I am the parent. This is what a lot of you make mistakes at. I have been 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 25, 30. I have been those ages before. My adolescent, pre-adult daughter has never been 21. She has never been 19. She hasn't been 30, 35, or 40 before. So how can me as a parent, it's my job as a parent, it's your job as a parent to guide your children through the minefield so they do not make the same mistakes that you made when you were growing up. Our parents told us, their parents told them, so forth and so forth, all the way back to the beginning of time. But if you as a weak-ass parent is sitting up there telling your children they need to make their own mistakes, That means you want your children to fail. Did it fail for you? Did it not work for you? Why would you want your child to purposely make a mistake knowing the outcome is wrong? Now, back to the part to where children should listen. I'm the same way. I don't raise grown people. I don't take care of grown people. If you make a grown-up decision, that means you did not listen to me or the advice or the guidance that I have given you, because I already know the outcome is going to be bad. You might as well just tell your children to go out there and smoke crack and just see how it make you feel. See, go out there and shoot heroin in your arm and just see how. Well, they need to learn that mistake. You dummy. Man, you the biggest fool that God ever made. Just because your head big, that makes you a bigger dummy. If you're going to sit up here and tell your child they need to make their own mistakes and you don't give them proper guidance, you failed as a parent. You failed as a business owner and a coach if you're going to sit. Now, if you give somebody advice, if you give them guidance, and they yet go out and do the wrong thing, then that is on them. But again, when you make up your mind as a child to not listen, I don't take care of grown people. So whatever the result of that consequence is, you got to deal with it. You have to deal with it. Don't bring your problems to me for me to fix your problems when I told you in the beginning it was going to be a problem. See, experience is not the best teacher. It's a hard teacher. It's hard. And sometimes, like my grandmother told me, when you make your bed hard, you got to lay in it. There can't nobody lay in it but you. But see, that is how this society and people are rearing their children now. Oh, you can go out there and do all kind of wrong, all type of hanky-panky and whatever the case may be, but then bring the problem to me and I'll fix it. What have they learned from it when they know that you are the crutch? Again, a lot of people are not going to like what I'm going to say. Let's get back to this video. Woo, this thing is deep now. And then we're going
to by your father who will die to protect you. The second you get a boyfriend, that ends. And he is in charge. So if he can't put you on jets and he can't die to protect you, you better choose better. And I strongly recommend you wait a very long time and make sure your first boyfriend's your only boyfriend. You better not.
Let's stop right there. Ladies. You never choose a man that's going to give you less than what you are accustomed to. That's what he was saying. You are living the princess life. You are flying on jets. You have every resource and monetary thing at your fingertips. Currently, as a child, my daughter, you have nothing to worry about. Now, when you choose a boyfriend, you got to make sure that he can provide you with the lifestyle that you are accustomed to. Where did all of these comments get mad? Miss that. If you are a woman, and you keep choosing all these wrong men, one, that's your fault. Again, that relates back to you never had an example of what a man is. So you don't know how to choose a good man because you don't know. Some of these people, some of these women out here, they just want something. They just want a body. That's why the relationships don't last. This man cannot give you what you are accustomed to. If you're not accustomed to living on the street, why would you want to get with somebody that don't have nowhere to live? Hmm? Why would you, as a woman, want to get with a man that can't even, oh man, he can't even change the tire on your car? You looking for him to do what you think is a manly function, and he looking at you like, oh, why would you want to get with somebody like that? Why would you want to get with somebody that don't have two nickels to rub together? See, in my experience, especially as I became an older man, and I started figuring out this thing called life relationships. See, the root word to relationship is relate. It's how you relate to one another that's going to determine if the ship is going to set sail or not. Mm. So, no, I don't want my daughter to get with no man that's not going to give her the same thing that she grew up looking at receiving. See what I'm saying? Where is that trying to make my daughter my woman or me her man? No, I'm telling her, listen, the number one cause to divorce in this country, and you can Google this, the number one cause to divorce in the United States is still money. It's still money. It's not infidelity and cheating. No, it's money. What woman, which one of you watching this podcast right now, which one of y'all will voluntarily get with a broke man that ain't got nothing? He moving into your house. He don't even have luggage. His stuff is in trash bags. Which one of y'all will purposely get with a man that can't provide for you? How long are you going to allow this man to stay in your house and he ain't taking care of what he's supposed to take care of? This is why the majority of you women have more than the man anyway. I say this all the time. A man cannot be the king of a castle that he did not establish. Nothing in that house is his. He don't own nothing but his PlayStation 5 and the video games and some clothes. That's all that he owns. Now, you expect him to come in there and pay bills that's not even in his name. You see? You see? He don't even pay bills. You want him to pay bills that's in a bill that's not in his name. He is not entitled to anything in that house. He's sitting there eating your children fruit snacks and roll-ups and your children Lunchables. He ain't gonna be that long. This is what Andrew Tate was saying. Fathers must be the first example to their daughters. My daughter is not used to me. My daughter has never seen me put my hands on their mama at all. I don't argue and talk bad about their mama in the child's presence because children shouldn't see that. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. But, however, at the same token of time, I don't want them to get with no man. Well, they didn't see that growing up. So why would I want my children to choose a man that's doing that? Now he talking bad to her, putting down on her, putting his hands on her. My children been raised one time. They don't need to be raised again. Don't put your hands on my daughter. But I put the focus more on my children. Don't choose no man who putting his hands on you. Don't put your hands on no man that's not showing you the example like I did. If that man is not working as hard as I am, which you see me work hard. You see me work hard today. If that man is not going out here busting his butt to provide and make sure that you have everything that you need. See, a woman, one thing more important than love, a woman wants security. See, you can learn to love anything. But if she feels safe and secure, or if she don't feel safe and secure, it's going to be a problem. Which all ties back to money. Don't no woman want to be sitting up in her house and she worried about if the light's going to be cut on or off when she get in. No woman wants to be going into a house where it ain't nothing in the refrigerator but a jug of water and a stick of butter. She don't feel safe. She don't feel secure. I don't care how many times you say you love her. Love, see what has happened in this world, ladies and gentlemen? Love has been transformed as a noun. That's why I was going with this. Love has been transformed to being a noun. Now, in the English language, a noun is a person, place, or thing that shows ownership or possession. Let's stop right there. That's my woman. That's my man. That's my car. That's my house. My clothes. See, that shows ownership. That's mine. Possession. And the mentality is, if I own it, I can do what I want to with it. I can play with it if I want to, or I can leave it over there and don't play with it if I want to. It's mine. I can do what I want to. That's where the world went wrong at. Love has always been and should be a verb. And again, according to the English language, a verb is what? A word that denotes or shows actions. See, when these lights are on, that's love. She didn't even have to ask me that. When she can go in there and open up that refrigerator and see food in there from top to bottom, that's love. That's the action. She didn't have to ask me that. When she wakes up in the morning and she can perform life and her duties without no problem and no hesitation. See, that's love. See, a woman will reward that to a man that she knows she has security and safety from. She has no problem. She has no problem following a man if she know that man got a direction. If she knows, if she understands, if that man tells her where he is going in life and the steps that he's making in life and where he's trying to take her in life, she don't have no problem following him. She don't have no problem submitting to a man that she knows is a man because she has seen that example before. And she knows what that example, the fruit that tree bears. Let's get right on in there. We're going to get into the comments. I promise I'm not going to
mess it up. You better get a good one. And I believe that by giving her a good enough life in her early years, and she understands that as soon as she finds a man, she loses me, she's going to be very selective of the man she chooses. Because I'm a hard...
Stop right there. See, that's what he's saying, ladies and gentlemen. He's saying, I'm going to give my daughter the best example of a man. So when she loses me, because we all not going to live forever. We know that. So when she loses me, she's going to be very selective in the man that she chooses, because the man that she chooses, his character, his nature, his well-being, he's going to have to come damn near close to me, because she know what she had in my character. That's all that a father wants. He don't want to marry his child. Some of these people are real silly and real stupid in what they comment and what they talk. Y'all go back and watch that clip on mine and just read the comments. Some of these people are really ignorant. And I had to be very careful not to be pulled into the circus by a lot of these clowns, when all he was simply saying was, I am going to be the best example for my daughter. So when I leave this world, she's going to be very selective in who she chooses. This is why in that whole entire ritualistic ceremony of the wedding, and the father is walking the daughter down the aisle, what does he do when he gets to the altar? He passes that daughter off to the husband now, because she is his responsibility. See, some of y'all never made it to the altar. That's why you're pissed. That's why you make up these stupid comments and put stupid stuff out here without even thinking. See, that father it's an exchange. And it's an understood exchange between two men. Hey, listen here, boy. I like you. But the day you stop, it's going to be a problem between you and me. Because I have given her the best example of what a man is. And now I'm believing that because she chose you, so that tells me that she chose the closest thing to who I am. And that way, that makes my mind easy, that I know she's going to be taken care of. No father wants to pass his daughter off to somebody that's not going to take care of her. She can stay here at home for that. But see, some of y'all don't understand that. You never had the example. Now, what I'm going to let this finish playing, and then we're going to get right off into this
Man to match. That's my job, and that's my goal. And I'm not going to have a daughter who disobeys me. I'm not going to have a daughter who disregards what I say and is still rewarded by my monumental competence.
Now, in real life, a wife who does not listen to her husband, a wife that does not listen to her husband, why are you married? Why are you married to a man that you're not going to listen to? No man is going to have a woman that doesn't listen to him, especially a man that has a direction to know where he's going in life. You're not helping that man. Listen what the Bible says. This ain't getting biblical, but Eve was created to be Adam's helpmeet. When you look at that word in the scripture, M-E-E-T, who is she helping him meet? Because in the dictionary, the Webster's Collegiate Dictionary, M-E-E-T means to come encounter with. I know some of y'all ain't never heard this before. Eve was created to help Adam meet his fullest potential of being a God here on earth. It's called balance. She gives him the balance in his life that makes him make sound, rational decisions, because it's all about her being provided for and taken care of as a woman. If she fulfills this part of her obligation, she know that. See, as a man, if you know that when you come home, the book called Bible says that second place that's closely related to heaven is the bosom of a woman. Read that if you ain't got nothing else to do. It's all in your books. So if a man can't come home and rest his head in heaven, that means he coming on to hell. Simple. I didn't write the scriptures. But if the bosom of a woman is compared to heaven, and that's the second place, a man don't mind getting up, going out there and fighting the world. A man don't mind, a man don't mind getting up, going out there and working his fingers to the bone, because he knows when he comes home, he coming home to peace and tranquility. Isn't that what the description of heaven is? He can now rest because he knows that that balance is going to make everything all right. And he can get right back up there the next day and do it all over again. He'll kill himself to make sure that his woman is provided for. A man, a boy only does what he can. So listen to me well. This is what he was saying. If my daughter don't listen to me, and I'm providing her, I'm giving her the best example, then I'm gonna have that. Again, I don't raise grown people. If my daughters are not going to listen to me, then hey, you're making grown decisions. When you come to me for advice and instructions, and I tell you the best course of action to take based on I have already experienced that. I'm telling you what not to do. I'm telling you what to do as an alternative to make your life easy already. But when you don't listen, hey, you got to live with your consequences. Each and every one of us wakes up with a choice and an opportunity, a chance and a choice. Now, let's get to this next part. And then I feel we're coming up close.
It's an enormous finance. It's as simple as that. Make it clear how my daughter's life is going to work. I'm in charge because I'm responsible. You are going to listen to your father. I'm going to pay for you and take care of you. Those two things go hand in hand. If you stop listening to me, I will not take care of you. If you find another man, he better take care of you. Which means you have to be very careful who you choose because you're a millionaire living a princess life. You're flying on private jets at 2 years old and you're taken care of by your father who will die to protect you. The second you get a boyfriend, that ends and he is in charge. So if he can't put you on jets and he can't die to protect you, you better choose better. And I strongly recommend you wait a very long time and make sure your first boyfriend's your only boyfriend. And you better not mess it up and you better get a good one. And I believe that if I give her a good enough life in her early years and she understands that as soon as she finds a man, she loses me, she's gonna be very selective of the man she chooses because I'm a hard man to match. That's my job and that's my goal. And I'm not gonna have a daughter who disobeys me. I'm not going to have a daughter who disregards what I say and is still rewarded by my monumental competence and enormous finance. It's as simple as that. Make it clear how my daughter's life is going to work.
That's ultimately what this is all about. Is making sure that a father sets a huge example. See, and I agree with the post. That's why I posted it. Do I agree with everything Andrew Tate says? No, absolutely not. And that's my right. That's my right as a person. I don't agree with everything somebody says. That makes me be a robot and a follower. But this particular post, I agree with everything that he said. Like him or not. Now, the way that he might have said it, a lot of you don't like how he said it. But my question is, did he say anything wrong? What father wouldn't want to be the best example for his daughter to look at? I don't see nothing wrong in that. What father does not want his child to choose the right type of man to come into her life that's going to take your place? As a father, we are responsible for our daughters. We're responsible for our sons too. But our daughters, women are the gateway to life. Without a woman, there is no more life. Life passes through her. So why would I want my daughter to choose a man that's going to not produce healthy fruit or healthy, productive children? Nobody want to have no demon seed. Tell me what man out here want to have that Jeffrey Dahmer as his son-in-law, or Bill Gates or Wayne Gacy? No man want to choose. Look, again, I don't see nothing wrong with a father wanting to be the best example as a man to who his daughter chooses. This baffles my mind why so many people hated this post. And God knows, I don't mind being the punching bag, because again, I don't let the clowns pull me into the circus, because this post stemmed and spun off this podcast or this blog, and now I know how they didn't know that they helped me. But the amount of people that was just, oh my God. Listen, mothers have to be the example to daughters. Fathers have to be an example to sons. A mother's role is upbringing daughters. A father role is to upbring sons. See, this is so far off of what he was saying. He didn't say raise or teach a daughter how to be a girl. A man can't teach a girl how to be a woman. No more than a woman can teach a boy how to be a man. That's not what he was saying. He's saying, I am the best example of what the man she should choose. Nobody said that anything about that. Somebody said, oh, he too full of himself. He thinks everyone has material things. What a rubbish father. There's more to life than what he is looking for. That has nothing to do with the post. The life that his man has lived, yes, it has amassed him a lot of wealth. A lot of wealth. He has a lot of money. He went from a kickboxer, and you can Google this man's past. He already comes from a biracial family born in the United States who has had a heart. You guys already know the interracial relationships or marriages or interracial children, the conditions that a lot have faced in this country during the time that he was coming up in whatever state that he was born in. But he was born here in the U.S. Black father, Caucasian mother. Him and his brother are biracial. They moved to a whole nother country when he was on the kickboxing circuit. Now, I don't know what his record was. I don't even know if he was ever a champion or whatever in that industry. But this is his upbringing. Interracial upbringing, poor in whatever state, because he wasn't born with money. Became a kickboxer. Never read anywhere where he was even a champion, so he didn't make a hell of a lot of money. Then he became a business owner and started making and amassing wealth. Where in that story can people say that they can hate that man went from literally rags to riches? So he knows what it's like to be poor. He knows what it's like to struggle. He knows what it's like to be disenfranchised, racially profiled. He suffered some of the same things that people in my dictionary. He's a person of color. And if you read the true original manuscripts in the United States of the Constitution, all you need is 1/10 of a drop of black blood, and you're already black. He's already faced all of this. But what people see, they just hear what goes on the social media now, and now they just basing a whole bunch of frivolous stuff on nothing. All right, let's keep moving on. See, you sound like you making her your woman, not daughter. I don't get that. That you want your child to choose better. Some of y'all women, again, some of y'all women never had an example of what a real man is. That's why you've had 4 boyfriends in the past year. That's why you had never had a relationship that lasts past 90 days. 6 months on the best year. And that's just because you probably tolerated him long enough till you can find somebody to replace him. This is why in today's society, you people even understand, man, we will never see another golden anniversary in our lifetime. Nobody in this generation will ever see a golden anniversary. We won't even see a silver. 25 years. Why is that? Because women don't know how to choose. And boys, men, they don't care. This is how you've raised children now, which have spewed over into the business world, not even the business world. Let's just go into the employment sector. This is why nobody commits to a job now. Do you understand that nobody will ever retire from a job in this generation ever again? Not to the fact that they've found something that's going to replace their income as residual and make them more money, is that they not just going to commit. They don't commit to a job. They won't commit to a relationship. If somebody that you know has had 4 jobs in the past 3 months, they have commitment issues, period. They're not dedicated to anything. Now, if you're not dedicated and committed to something that's going to make you money, that's why, listen, we should not even have a temporary temp service. We shouldn't have a temporary workforce. We shouldn't even have that. That should not even be in existence. Listen to the words. Temporary. They already know these people have a commitment issue to a job. Now, if they got commitment issues to a job and they half-ass work it, you can pretty much definitely bank on they're not never going to have a business. Never. Why is that? It's too much work. They never had an example. They want everybody to give them something. People in relationships now, they want a relationship gift wrapped in a nice red box with a pretty red bow on top of it. And then when their work comes time for work, ooh, that's too much. I don't do that. I think it's more than like, that's old school cooking and cleaning. Well, then you must have a nasty ass house now. Again, when a woman knows that she is being taken care of, she don't have a problem fulfilling and falling back into the role, or falling not even back into, but falling into the role that she was created at. The nurturer, the caregiver, the mother, the upbringer. She sets the tone for the home. See, any man that's worth his salt, he already understands this is our house, but this is her home. Y'all better stop playing with these little boys out here. If you've never had an example, ain't nothing wrong with that. You find a man that gives you the perfect example, not the perfect, because nobody's perfect, but gives you the best example of the man that you can see yourself with, then you find one that fits that role. It ain't got nothing to do with being sexual. It ain't got nothing. See, that's why a lot of times these women fall in love with men that's well, or they're not just falling in love, they get involved with these men that take advantage of the situation. He checks off all of the boxes of the type man that she wants, but he's already with somebody. Ooh. And then she will subjugate herself to be a side chick because she wants that type of lifestyle. Not realizing, go beyond the borders of your city, in your neighborhood, in your town, your state even. There's a man out there for you. You got to choose better. Even to my daughters today, y'all know more than anybody. My 2 daughters know more than anybody what I have sacrificed. You got to understand, when a man sacrifices certain things, it's not just for himself. It's nothing selfish. It's for the betterment of his offspring. I teach them that all the time. My daughters are very well provided for if anything happened to me for the rest of their life. That's the difference. That's what my sacrifices have rendered and brought forth and brought to the front. But see, they understand that sometimes. See, sometimes that woman, a woman that's worth her salt too. See, she will go to bed and make that smooth transition with the children where your daddy is out here. Look, you couldn't be doing all of this. What you want to do, not need to, what you want to do. But your father had to provide for this. What we're going to do, we're going to put this on videotape, and then we're going to watch it when we all get home. And when your dad is sitting there, then you can explain to daddy what you were doing out here. See, that's what a real woman does. That's what a real woman does. Because she knows without the sacrifice and the sweat equity and the involvement of the father for providing the lifestyle that she is accustomed to, see, she'll make that a good transition for the children and for the daughters to understand. Sometimes this is what your man got to do. You guys know he wants to be here. See, because customers, when you have a business, whether it's a service business or a product service, customers don't care nothing about your children dance recital. Customers don't care nothing about your children graduation. Customers don't care nothing about your children going to school. They don't care absolutely nothing about that. They want their product or they want their service. Again, don't want to get into the weeds. You guys check this out, man, because I don't understand where so many people, the comments that they were making on this. I really don't. I really don't get it. I really don't understand. When in all actuality, this is what parents really want, or what you should want. Now, for anybody who says they don't want their daughter to choose a good man, please leave a comment and say, I want my child not to choose a good man. I want my child to do whatever she want to do. And if you're one of these parents that says your children should make their own mistakes, then don't even bother. Because that's a waste of my time to even read foolishness like that. I don't know nobody who want their children to purposely go out here and make a mistake knowing that you already had the answer for them not to do it. That's the dumb. You have failed to me as a parent. You have absolutely failed to me as a parent if you sit up here saying that your children need to make their own mistakes. That's dumb as hell. You sitting up here, you know the stove is hot. And you're going to tell your child, you just going to sit there and watch them touch the hot stove and burn themselves. You a dumbass parent, you ask me. You're going to sit there and watch the train wreck happen and you don't tell them that that's a bad outcome. People, we sick in the head. We are sick in the head if we sit there and we let our children make mistakes knowing that it's a bad choice. I'll see y'all on the next one. Tune in Monday. Monday, we're going to be doing a podcast. We're going to be telling people how to do this thing quick. We're going to go right into, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be breaking down and setting up not just the LLC training process. We're going to be going deep diving into how to fund your business with your own money. You do not need bank loans. You do not have to go out there and get any type of outside influence or money. I'm going to be doing this deep dive tomorrow, Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to show y'all guys how to get that bag. I'm going to show you how to get that bag without even having to go through a bank process. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.